Okay, so what I'm going to show you is how to approach your factorization section when you get into your test. And so I want you to follow these steps. Now, steps 2, 3, and 4 are actually the same step. And that is just choosing which type of factorization you're going to do once you've found all the common factors. So what I've done here is I've got three questions. The 3x squared minus 8 is a question I've added where you've got 2 terms, 3 terms, and 4 terms, just to show you how we would do each method. Okay. So as soon as so let's look at question 1. Okay. So question 1, first of all, we need to look for a common factor before we even go to the next step. And we notice that 32 and 8 have a common factor of 8. So what I would do is I would take out the 8.
Okay.
And I'm left with 4x squared minus 1. And then I look, okay, it's 2 terms, 1, 2. So I would say, is it 2, 3, or 4 terms? And then it's usually I must look for DOS, difference of squares. And the difference of squares is 2 brackets, and you square root this, and we know it's plus and minus. And one is a 2x, and one's a 2x, and one's a 1 and a 1. I assume you're happy with difference of squares.
Right.
That's usually the first thing you use. It's normally the one that everyone's pretty good at. Now, this was a difference of squares in disguise, because I wouldn't have noticed the difference of squares if I look at 32 and 8. That's not a perfect square, and that's why I always look for the common factor first. Okay, so let's highlight that. So this common factor here was this in yellow. Done that. Sorry, in pink. Once we've done that, we've noticed the difference of squares, which was much more obvious. Okay, now the second one just so happens to be 3 terms. Now, when we're dealing with a trinomial, remember it's ax squared plus bx plus c is the general formula, where a is the number in front of the x squared, b is the number in front of the x, and c is the number by itself. Now, of course, this again, like the difference of squares in disguise, is a trinomial in disguise in that it's not x, it's a. But it doesn't matter. It's still the same theory because your a just happens to be written as an x. Okay, so it's kind of weird. And it's confusing because our a, which we normally have as a, is actually 2 in this case, because they've just made a into x into an a squared. So they've been tricky here, and just like they've done at the bottom. And they've done this because they know that people use their calculator for this.
Yeah.
And so they go, okay, well, if I put an A in, they might be confused as to what to put in for the A when we do our calculator. I mean, I'll do this the proper way first. So it was so let's just write out the question, 2a squared plus 9a minus 5. And so our A is this 9, and our B is this, sorry, A is a 2, our B is this 9.
Right.
B is green, that's 5. And so what we do is on the side, we try 2 and 1, factors of 2, and the factors of 5. 1 over 1. And I just have, so I happen to turn it correct on the first time. 2 and 5 makes 10. 1 and 1 makes 1. And what am I looking for? Okay, so I went through that pretty fast because you've done it, but just a reminder, it's the factors of the 2, 2 and 1, and the factors of 5, 1 and 5. And the 9 is what we need. So we need a plus 9 out of this.
Yeah.
plus 9. Well, if I get a plus here and a minus there, 10 minus 1, I'm going to get there. So it's, how do I get to plus 10? I have 2 times plus 5 gives me 10, 1 times minus 1. And so this becomes our 2 brackets there. And then let me do it. So purple, that's my 1 bracket. So that's 2a minus 1. And then the other bracket we're doing the sort of burgundy, a plus 5. And that's done, right? 2a squared. And just a reminder, when we get our calculator, so I'm just going to open that up.
Okay. Right, I can't. There, I can see it now.
Yeah, it's kind of. Where can I move it? Where I can. Yeah, so we can kind of see it there.
Yeah.
So I would be in my computer mode, and then I go, okay, calculator time, equation number 5. And I pick 3 because that's the ax squared plus bx plus c. So I take 3. And my a is the number in front of the x squared, which was a 2. See the 2 in the red. Equals. And my b was the 9. And my c was the minus 5. And then I would put that in a half. Okay, and so the 2 is the number that goes in front of the x. So if I was now to type this, my factors were 2 and 1. That was the 2 and 1. So the first thing is the 2 and the 1. So I would have written it as 2 and 1 like I have here. 2 and 1.
Okay.
Get that from the 2 and the 1. Oh, sorry, not 2 and 1. That's the first bracket, remember, 2 and 1. And then the next one is, and because it's a half, so let's just do,
Great.
because it's a half, it's minus, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. And then I just get the next one, minus 5, which means it's a plus 5.
Yeah.
So this would be, then the other bracket would be 1 plus 5. And so then I 2 times 1 minus 1 and minus 10. So you see that the calculator just kind of gives you in 10 this thing here, which we've got there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't want you to use the calculator crutch, but I just want you to see the calculator is going to make this fast for you. Once you know this method, the calculator is a great way.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to, what do I mean? Okay, so that's the first one. And now the second, the last one is the grouping. So, well, so I count the terms, right? So our steps are actually basically, actually like this. What I should be doing is this. Step 1, common factor. Step 2, count the terms. And then narrow it down, right? So 2 is DOS. 3 is this ax squared plus bx plus c thing. And a 4 is grouping. So count it, and then so count the terms, and then from there we have 3 options. Okay. So here we count the terms: 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I counted the terms initially, I wouldn't have gotten to this whole long thing of trying to do it by factorizing a trinomial because I saw an x squared. Actually, if I just count 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, I should know it's grouping. And so grouping means group the terms together. So I'm going to use color here, the grouping. So we've already done this. So let's group the terms of orange, the first 2. over here. So it's kind of 4x squared minus 8x. I'll group those together. And I'll group the other ones in, what have I not used? Use, we can still see, I use dark blue. It's ugly, but it's, so I'm going to group this together. And then I go, okay, what do I have in both? I've got a 4x in both. I'll take that out. And I'll be left with an x minus a 2. And so taking 4x out of each, I'm left with, that times this back. And then here, I take out an a. There's an a in both of them, and I get 2 minus x. Of course, x minus 2 and 2 minus x are not the same thing, but whenever I have a thing that's reversed, right? So if I have an x minus 2 and they reversed, all I need to do is change the sign in front of the a. Okay, so I change this to a minus. So it ends up here with 4x, x minus 2, minus a, and then I can change that to x minus 2. Okay, so if you see 2 minus a and you need to change them around, you simply change the a to minus a, right? Because negative a times x will give you the negative ax, which we've got at the top. And negative a times negative 2 gives me the 2a. So I still get the same thing. Okay, and then I see, oh, there's an x minus 2 in both. Right, there's an x minus 2 in both. So I can take that out. And then my other bracket is the, yes, good, 4x minus a. Okay, so I can write this x and 4x minus a. Those are my, that's the factorizing. Okay, so when you get to the factorized question, step 1, find a common factor. We noticed that in A and B, there was no common factor. It was only the one that there's the first one. So find a common factor. If you can't find a common factor, it's fine. We go to the next step, which is count the terms. One term, you need to be very aware. Sorry, 2 terms, you need to be very aware of that negative, meaning you're probably going to find a difference of squares.
Okay.
3 terms is this tricky bit where we're factorizing a trinomial, where we have to find the factors of each. And then 4 terms is the grouping. You need to group the terms together and then take our common factors from each in the way that we've done. Yeah. Okay, because I think simplifying, okay, so I'm going to stop there. So that's the fact. I'll send you the video for this factorizing.